the Imaginary Delta, my project for this year's MJF. Well, I've always had a love of early jazz and blues forms, and African American forms that predate the blues as well. And in my piano playing, I've often tried to work early elements, ragtime, stride, and blues in with more contemporary elements like free improvisation or post-bebop playing. And so I've been kind of doing it as a player and in smaller bands, but the Imaginary Delta is a larger scale project, which something like the MJF Commission kind of allows an artist to do is to work on a larger scale, with properly budgeted and everything. I've actually got the conventional jazz piano trio, piano, bass and drums. I've got 3 horn players, trumpet, trombone and clarinets. And then also some slightly less recognised instruments, you might say, including prepared piano, banjo, jug, diddley bow and laptop and turntable. I play with Gaz Hughes and my brother Tim on bass quite a lot anyway, and I know they understand the kind of thing I was trying to do. My brother in particular is very good at mixing up vocabularies and idioms and things. He's got quite a wide knowledge, but then a lot of young players do, and someone like James Alsop, who I met on the Take 5 thing that Sirius did, I can remember hearing him do like a Ben Webster impression, and then the next thing he'd be playing very free, and I thought, oh yeah, well he's obviously, the kind of person to get. And I've gigged with Steve Chadwick, I know he was excellent, and I hadn't met Chris Bridges before, but you recommended him, and he's been awesome.
And you've introduced Paul, your partnership with
Yes.
Paul as well on the turntable and the various other instruments.
Yeah. I've had a duo with Paul only quite recently, and we've done an album and gigs whereby he'll introduce old samples from blues records and play old folk instruments associated with the blues whilst I play piano, and that's worked out really well, and I just thought it'd be nice to kind of embed that in the group. And so we've got a group where you can go off in a lot of different directions. Well, my main method of preparing this piano is by using screws and screwing them in between the strings. Particularly in the mid-register of the piano, there's 3 strings per note, and if you put a screw in between 2 of those strings, you still get the pitch, but then you also get 2 strings that add some kind of atmospheric sound. If you, for example, some of the notes only have 2 strings on a piano. It depends how high or low they are as to how many strings they have. And if you put a screw right the way through those 2 strings till it hits the metal frame, then it will raise the pitch, so you can get microtonal differences. I find it very interesting when the prepared piano is used in conjunction with folk instruments that tend to have dodgy intonation or approximate pitch. And it's not just to kind of give the impression of honky tonk, because if you prepare a piano properly, it sounds much more like a gong or something. It's not like just putting tacks in it. It's got a much richer sound. But the timbre, the effect of combining that sound with something like the diddley bow, gives a very kind of ghostly, otherworldly kind of feeling. And I think that's something I don't just want to pastiche all these old forms. There's something very evocative and atmospheric and ghostly about some of the things that we're doing. I think we're going to, first of all, we're going to try to dress in such a way that we're not just wearing our normal clothes. We're going to, we're not going too far out. It's not going to be Sun-Ra. We're not going to dress in African tribal gear, but we are going to wear, old suit trousers, shirts, braces, some of us hats, and try to, without making it, it's when white British players wear something, it gives a different association to if other people might wear it. So we have to be careful. We're trying to find a balance. So it's got character and it's visual without it becoming something else. Yeah.